All right, we continue on our college basketball preview edition of Glenn Clark Radio. Patrick Stevens is in studio with us today. Today's show is brought to you by Glory Days Grill. We love Glory Days Grill around here. The Oktoberfest menu is still available, and $6.99 appetizers are also available after 9 p.m. every day at Glory Days Grill. GloryDaysGrill.com is the website for you to get your order in. GloryDaysGrill.com. Joining us now here in studio, he's actually checking out. There's a good story about Malik Miller in that print issue of Press Box, which you've got in front of you. He is the head coach of the Bears. Coach Kevin Broadus is in studio with us. Coach, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me. Good to be here today.
Absolutely. So you were just chatting with Tavares on the way out. You guys, how'd that go this weekend? I heard you guys whoop their asses. That's the way that I heard. No,
that's not true about whooping nobody's ass. We played well though. We really defended. You know, it was a good outing for us. We just got to keep learning and building on. You know, that's what these not exhibition but scrimmages are for. They're not about winning and losing. But at the end of the day, you want to win, but it's about building and getting better. And like this morning, we went in and watched film with the guys and showed them. And they were like eyes open, like, wow, we could have really, but we didn't. So we did what we were supposed to do. Now we got to get better and now it really counts starting 7 days from now.
You guys had a really strong finish to the season a year ago, right? You closed really well. Obviously fell short in the MEAC tournament. But how do you build off of that? What were you guys doing right down the stretch last season that you put together a really good win streak, and how do you carry that into this year?
We started defending. And, I think we cut the rotation down at that point. So guys got used to playing together, long minutes, and doing things the right way. And we haven't gotten a solid rotation. We're trying to play everybody in the preseason, but now it's time. It's nuts and bolts time. So now we'll cut it down. And as long as we're defending like we have been so far this year, we got a chance to win. I always tell the people around the program, we may be less talented, but we're a better team, if that makes any sense, because guys are buying in and doing the things they're supposed to. And I tell you, when you have leaders like Malik and Isaiah Burke, you have a chance. You have a chance. So, and then we had a big kid to come along that's really been good for us. I think both ends of the court, Lewis Jokin, he's been incredible for us. So I like what we have. So we just got to put it all together, and hopefully we get lucky and we win some of these early games.
You brought up the idea of last year's rotation, and I think it's probably fair to say that was a little unwieldy at times last year, trying to find enough minutes to keep so many people happy. People like me like to talk about depth a lot. Can depth be overrated a little bit sometimes just because of the headaches that trying to play 11 and 12 guys at a time?
It depends on your team. Depth is not overrated. It's good when you have really good players and they buy into their roles. For us, injuries hurt us, and then, we had to cut the rotation. When we went to the CIT, we played with 8 players, maybe 7 or 8 scholarship players, and, we didn't make any excuses. We had it down to one possession, and we gave it away, and they won by 5. But you just have to have the right combination. Depth is a good thing to have, especially early on, because you can't foresee what's going to happen with injuries or what have you. But I would love to have depth, but this year I'm going in with a different mindset. I'm going to play the guys that's going to play together, play smart, and play hard.
Along those lines, Malik is a guy that, we mentioned a little bit earlier, but that's a guy that's played smart and played hard pretty much from the second he walked onto campus. What stands out about him as he heads into his 5th year? As to what more he can do and just how significant has he been for you in building this program?
He's been very significant. What more is he can bring these young guys along very fast. His resilience, he works hard every day, comes to work with a lunch pail, comes with a hard hat, and he teaches these guys, hey, you can do it. You can fight through it, the fatigue. You can get the extra rebound. You can make the extra pass. Malik has been – he's been like a coach on the floor, and he's been really good. He's even talking more now. So, and Isaiah's talking more now. So, I like I like the way these guys are going about their business, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Yes, we are less talented. Yes, but this team is a better team.
Interesting. He is Coach Kevin Broadus from Morgan State. He's with us here in studio. You're a veteran team for the most part, right? Like, it seems like you've got a little bit more experience than some of the guys we're going to be talking to. You mentioned guys that are starting to talk a little bit, right? Malik, Isaiah. How much is that paying off, the amount of experience that you have? Do you already see, like, that can be a significant difference for this team this season?
It's paying off. I mean, we brought in a kid, Lewis, joking. He talks more than anybody. I think he talks in his sleep, but he talks. The new guys are they gel together. They work hard together, and they seem. It's all about, can you play together? You don't have to necessarily like someone. You got to respect them and play hard and play together. And these guys are really doing that. And it starts with Malik, and all the way down to our 12th, 13th guy.
Joachim is a transfer from Radford, correct?
Yes, he was at Radford and VCU early on in his career. About 6'9.5", about 250. I mean, he's been really good for us.
Somebody that you had eyed and said, this is a dude that can make a difference.
I didn't know he could make this much of a difference,
Okay.
to be honest with you.
Okay.
Thought big body. He had some times early in his career where he showed promise, and he's come to us with, he's been a difference maker so far.
Huge.
Difference maker.
Point guard situation. Obviously, you guys had Seventh Woods and Sherwin Devonish last year. How has that situation kind of sorted itself out so far in the preseason, maybe with guys like Daquan Copeland and Rob Lawson?
Point guard by committee. You got Daquan, the 6'5" point guard that he's more of a share the game type guy, gets in the lane, he knows how to kick. And then you have Rob Lawson, probably one of our fastest guys on the team, that he just makes things happen. I mean, he guards you from 94 feet. He's really really good. And then we got a guy, Cam Hobbs, that's came from Division II, that's like really good, really, really good. And I'm happy with all of them. Last year we got caught up, and this is the thing, you got to always manage your expectations. I got caught up in the name 7 because I recruited him hard out of high school when he went to North Carolina over Georgetown. But sometimes it's not always the right fit. Guys come in trying to be more than what the program need him to be, and he just was hurt most of the year. And Sherwin was solid for us. He was solid. He decided he wanted to move on. He went on to a Division II school in Oklahoma, and he's doing well. So I like the guys that we have. I always say, like the saying is, love the one that loves you. Love the one you're with. And I love these guys that we got because they're putting forth the effort that we need.
Coach, you arrived at Morgan, and then the world was flipped upside down over the next couple of years, and there was a lot of success in them. I mean, runs to play for a MEAC title, right? Like you've had a lot of winning. Do you feel like now, 4th year, you've gotten to a place, the world has settled down a little bit, you've gotten more of a handle of the location and what it is that's going on here, that this is a program that's ready to take that next step and ready to get back to compete for a MEAC title?
I think we are. I think we're ready to take the next step. I think we're ready to compete for the championship. We just got to stay healthy. We need some luck. We need some blessings. I mean, I think we have the right guys at the right positions and a lot of multi-talented guys that can do different things. I think this team is built off of grit, tough defense, and hopefully we can score enough points to win many games. But, this is the first time since I've been here our defense has been this far ahead early on. It's usually our offense. We usually can score a lot of points. We normally do. We're usually in the top half of the league. But our defense has been really good. Like Tavares probably told you guys, I mean, we defend 94 feet. Whether we're trapping or just straight man-to-man, our guys are defending. And that's a plus for us. Because a lot of times when you have names and, they think they're better than the defensive part, they just want the scoring part. This team has been, dedicated to the defensive end. They put the time in and, the effort in to be a good defensive team.
You guys were able to participate in a couple really nifty events last year, the Chris Paul event out in Phoenix, the game against Howard tied in with the NBA All-Star game. This year you're playing Delaware State up in Newark. How important is it for you as a program, and how neat is it to be able to be involved in these HBCU showcase type of games?
It's very important because they identified us. They asked us to play in it. We didn't go and ask them. And, we split in the Chris Paul tournament, and we didn't do as well at the NBA All-Star. And we should have, we started out, we was up big, and we just fell apart. And that's a part of growth. And I think now we're ready to, control our own destiny. And going to the Michael B. Jordan event in New Jersey this year is big for us. It's big for our brand. It's big for the university. Anytime you can get on national TV, that's good for your university. And especially when you get on national TV and show well, it's really good for your university. Look at Dion down in Jackson State. He has taken that program to another level. And that's not to say he's the only one can do it. Everyone can do it. You just got to put the time and the energy in. He does a hell of a job of selling. All of us are not salesmen like Dion, but that's why they call him Prime. I mean, he is Prime, and their program is Prime right now. To have college game day, that's big. And we like to bring all that to Morgan.
I was
going to
say that's
Football
we start the campaign for that now, right?
Oh, yeah.
To bring the basketball game day crew to Morgan State.
No
right?
doubt about it. Yeah, Big Monday. Let's do Big Monday at Morgan. Been a part of a few of those. So
Coach, I've given the same question to everybody all morning. The biggest difference, blank, is the difference if Morgan State's going to be able to make a run towards a MEAC title.
That's a loaded question. It's deep. Who is the difference? Or
more specifically, what do you if we do this?
We keep defending the way we're defending, and we figure out our offense to score points. We will make a run at the MEAC championships.
The confidence you speak in your defense is really it's
changed night and day from when I first got here to me so far. Now we can't lose sight. We can't start off and then if we get a few wins, we can't go away from it. I mean, we got to be about that grit, and that's what our guys have been. But if we defend, they always say defense win championships. I don't want to sound cliche. You know what I'm saying?
Cliche, yeah, I get it, yeah.
But that's the truth. Defense win championships, and right now that's what we're building on. And if we can, get some guys that can put the ball in the hole, we'll be fine.
I mean, it's easier said than done, obviously.
Oh, yeah, very easy. And if you look at our schedule, it's going to be tough. We go to Xavier, VCU,
right,
Bowling Green, Akron,
Arizona.
I mean, we got a tough road ahead of us, and we look forward to it. This is what these young men go to UMBC. Mm-hmm. These young men, they look forward to stuff like that. Then we go out to Jamaica and playing that big classic. We got Utah Valley State. I've played against them a few times in either Queens or Green Bay. So we got a tough road. We're up for the challenge. We're ready for it. We just, hey, let's throw it up and let's play.
That's some serious globetrotting you're doing there, going from Jamaica to L.A.
And we go to Loyola Marymount. We played them a few years ago out there, and we had some success. So I know they're waiting on that, and their best player's still there.
I know you talked to us last year when we talked about the All-Star event. You were like, hey, man, distractions. In a way, I almost kind of don't want the guys participating in that event. When you put together a schedule like this with those many things, how much do you have to be aware of the same thing? Of you're going out to L.A., you're going to Jamaica. Like, how much do you have to talk to those guys about those types of distractions?
Well,
it's clearly not the All-Star game. I am aware of that.
This is totally different than the All-Star game. And everything that you could imagine, like, when you're practicing, you have Draymond Green coming through, and you have Ja Morant?
Yeah.
He came to our locker room, and Steph.
Wow.
And CP3, all those guys came in the locker room. I mean, just the wow factor with our guys and coaches, you get sidetracked, and it's a different beast. But when you go into these other tournaments, you're focused. We went to Bahamas my first year. We didn't win a game, but we were in every game but one, other than Liberty. But other than that, we were in every game, had a chance to win 3 games. So we'll be ready. And we just got to handle the task this year and take it to the top. These guys, that's what they wanted. Like, we're trying to put together a summer tour that we'll take this summer, out of the country, abroad. And it'd be good for these young men, just show them about life and how they play overseas abroad. You guys got these dreams and aspirations. If they can't play in the NBA, maybe they can play overseas. So we're building the program.
No doubt.
We're building the program.
It gets underway next Monday night at Xavier, and then the first opportunity for you to see the Bears this season is a week from Thursday when they host Penn State Allegheny at Hill Fieldhouse. Coach Kevin Broadus, great to see you, sir.
Great to see you guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for stopping in and hanging out with
Appreciate
us again this year.
Thank you.
He is the head coach of the Morgan State Bears, Kevin Broadus, with us here on our college basketball preview.